Donald Trump is going to spend $90 million of taxpayer money to throw himself a military parade on his birthday. Now, this is being reported by multiple outlets, and according to sources close to the president, he's asking his people to start planning and preparing for a military parade on June 14th, which happens to be his birthday. Now, if you remember, in his last administration, he wanted a military parade like this after seeing one in France for Bastille Day. But the generals at the time talked him out of it, saying, look, it's going to be too expensive. It's going to cost the city of D.C. a lot of money for security. It's going to damage the roads there. It's not worthwhile. But now the administration is not filled with nothing but yes men and yes women. They're going to do exactly what Donald Trump wants. And if Trump wants a parade on his birthday, Trump is going to get a parade on his birthday. But at this point, you have to think Kim Jong-un must be jealous. When he sees outlets like Newsmax and Fox News just parroting talking points for the Trump administration, and now Donald Trump is going to get his own military parade, he's got to be thinking, why can't I get my people in line like this?
Imagine this, a military parade featuring tanks, missiles, and fighter jets right in the heart of Washington, D.C. But it's not just any parade, it's happening inside the White House. And that's not all. On top of that, there's talk about a $100 million ballroom inside the White House. The luxury, the extravagance, the controversy. You might be thinking, is this real? Well, let's dive in because things are really heating up and Americans are not holding back on their opinions. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and kindly make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the latest trending stories. And to all my returning viewers, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. So let's jump into today's hot topic.
$92 million. That's what it will cost for the Army to parade through the streets of Washington, D.C. for the Donut T-Rump's 79th birthday. Who pays for this, you may ask? Well, it's you, the American taxpayer. According to The Hill, the T-Rump administration is planning a June 14th military parade to mark the bloated orange donut's 79th birthday. That day also marks the 250th anniversary of United States Army. I couldn't think of anything better to spend that money on than the bloated orange, golden ferret wearing on top of his head, apocalyptic dictator's birthday.
Donald Trump is now planning a more than $100 million military parade to celebrate his 79th birthday this June, while simultaneously firing tens of thousands of employees from the VA, making veteran healthcare worse and harder to get in the process. So the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, is telling us as a nation that we cannot afford to give veterans the high-quality healthcare that they were promised when they signed their name on the dotted line and put their life on the line for us. He's saying we can't afford that. We don't have enough money for that. But we do have enough money to throw a $100 million military parade for his enjoyment. And yeah, I know before any Trump supporter comes into my mentions, I know that Trump is planning on claiming that this parade is in honor of the 250th anniversary of the Army. But that's bullshit. It's because top Army officials were asked about their plans to celebrate, to commemorate that anniversary, and they did not have any plans for a parade. Trump wanted a parade for his birthday, and so his people went and found an excuse to do so. And this is the same exact parade, by the way, that Trump wanted to throw in 2018 and was stopped by Pentagon officials who made it very clear this is an absurd thing to want to do. The cost of this is astronomical and a huge waste of money. Even back in 2018, it was going to cost $92 million for the Pentagon to arrange all of the military elements of this parade. And then it was going to cost the city of DC $22 million to repair all of the roads, the 4 miles of roads that would be completely torn up by driving tanks down them. And the only reason that he wanted that parade in the first place back in 2018 is because he had visited France when they were commemorating Bastille Day and they had a military parade. He could not stand the thought of another country having a military parade and him not getting one himself. We're going to spend $100 million on the demands of the petulant child that we've put in the White House because he can't stand to see another country have a toy that he doesn't get. But meanwhile, we're going to tell veterans, sorry, if you're feeling like you are moments away from taking your own life, and you call the Veteran Crisis Hotline, you might not be able to reach anyone because we fired all those people. Sorry, if you're a veteran that has brain cancer because you were exposed to toxic chemicals in a burn pit in Afghanistan, you may not be able to get all your benefits or navigate the system because we fired all the people that were hired to help veterans navigate benefits as a result of the PACT Act. Sorry, we just don't have enough money as a country to help you, veterans who are now dying of diseases caused directly because of their service to this nation. We just can't afford to help you. We can't afford to hold up our end of the bargain when you signed your name on that dotted line to put your life on the line for us. We can't hold up our end of the bargain now because we have to put that money towards making sure that the commander-in-chief gets his military parade. I don't know how anyone defends this. Even if you are a Trump supporter, I don't know how you defend this and live with yourself. I don't know how you defend this and then still claim that you support the troops, because no, you don't.
$92 million, y'all. $92 million they are estimating to go into a parade, a military parade that Donald Trump wants to throw on his behalf. For Donald's birthday, he wants tanks, he wants aircrafts, he wants missiles, and of course he wants boots on the ground. If it walks like a duck.
I don't understand. This man did not attend the dignified transfer of four fallen soldiers, but he wants the military to give him a parade on his birthday. Okay. Apparently, this parade will be about 4 miles from the Pentagon in Arlington to the White House. Look it up for yourself. I was hoping what I was reading is not true. I'm still hoping this doesn't happen, but look it up and give me your feedback on this one, because this man was golfing and having dinner with some Saudis instead of attending the 4 fallen dignified transfer of their body soldiers, and you want to have a military parade on your birthday, sir? MAGA, y'all gotta wake up. If y'all voted for this, something's wrong with y'all.
As you can see, the reactions are intense. Some see Trump's idea as a patriotic tribute, while others think it's a huge misuse of government funds. And people are asking, is this really what taxpayer money should go? Well, some critics say it's just a vanity project, especially since Trump has long been associated with reducing government waste. And the proposed $100 million ballroom, yeah, it's raising major eyebrows, and many are questioning how it could be justified when there are pressing issues like infrastructure, healthcare, and education that needs funding. And one observer said, why are we spending $100 million on a ballroom when people can't even afford basic needs? And another added, a military parade inside the White House? Really? Is this how we are honoring our military? Now, when you think about it, this feels a bit out of touch with the current economic climate. I mean, we've got schools, hospitals, and social programs that need attention. Yet here we are talking about military parades and ballrooms. Well, the disconnect is real, and it's no wonder people are upset. But let's be honest, there are two sides to this. The idea of celebrating the 250th anniversary of the US Army with a military parade could be a patriotic tribute. It could serve as a reminder of the sacrifices made by service members and the importance of national defense. But again, the cost involved in pulling this off, especially in a time of economic uncertainty, raises a lot of questions. And then there's the ballroom. I get it. Hosting state dinners and official events is an important part of the presidential duties. But $100 million ballroom, that's a lot of money, especially when there are so many urgent needs in the country. And it feels like this could be better spent elsewhere. But Trump himself volunteered to fund the $100 million ballroom himself. Well, he said he proposed this idea back when Joe Biden was president, but it was rejected. Now he's decided to challenge himself to finance it on his own without relying on public funds. Well, of course, whether or not he'll actually stick to this and fund it from his pocket instead of taxpayers' money is something we'll have to wait and see. And with all this said, what do you all think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. And if you enjoyed this video as well, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the latest trending stories. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.